in terms that for last 20 years at MediaTek we have been innovating a lot of amazing devices. Yeah, so I'm sure most of you are already aware of these devices, and I'm sure maybe Vikas, can you imagine yourself without having a Wi-Fi? Yeah. So on and so forth, right? From smartphones to smart TVs, I'm sure Karthik here, probably cannot imagine himself without using a MediaTek powered smart car, so on and so forth. So at MediaTek, we are always working to bring the best of the technology so as you all can enjoy it. Well, I have a question here before I get to the next slide. Can anyone guess how many devices MediaTek would have shipped globally in last 10 years? Anyone would like to guess how many devices MediaTek would have shipped over the last 10 years? 5 billion. Sorry? 5 billion? Wow, that was a good one, but no, and that was an understatement for us. And I've been talking about these numbers for a long time. At MediaTek for the last 10 years, we have shipped around 20 billion devices. Isn't it a great number? Yeah? So well, this spec is something which you guys have heard about, from us. But another one I have, how many MediaTek Dimensity devices we would have shipped for last 2 years? How many? Any guess? Anyone here would like to guess? Sandeep? Mansi, any guess? Tough one? Alright, it is indeed tough, So, sorry? So it's 10 billion devices is what we have shipped over the last few years, Dimensity devices. Yeah? And that's the reason, and the reason for this success is all the love which we get from all of our OEM partners present here today, our media friends for accepting, for reviewing our devices, well, to our MediaTek teams, working tirelessly, R&D teams, our sales team, our marketing teams, they are supporting, because without that it wouldn't have been possible. Well, also taking a dip here, as per the data which you can see here, in India especially, the importance of SoC is increasing every now and then, and it is on the topmost priority that while deciding on a smartphone, the chipset plays a very vital role. Because as we all know in India market, smartphone is something that you use in your pocket for computing, for taking pictures, almost a device for many. That becomes like the daily device. And I'm sure this is going to be increasing in the times to come. Well, and also the success can be seen with that of MediaTek Dimensity Premium Series, which is Dimensity 8000. And again, thanks to our OEM friends here for launching such interesting smartphones under the price segment what is needed for India market, with amazing features like camera, AI, and whatnot all. And it keeps on going, and I'm really passionate about Dimensity series, and that's when the kind of love which we all get from you is really awesome. Not only that, but talking about our 9000 series as well, Again, thanks, and this is getting more and more acceptance in India market in terms of our flagship series. And I'm sure you're going to be hearing more from my colleague today around Dimensity 9000 series. Well, it's just not about me talking about it, or it's just not in the paper, but again, thanks to media friends for bringing out their voices around the features, about the technology, which is powered by MediaTek Dimensity in India market. Well, on that note, from the MediaTek Dimensity standpoint, whether it comes to the performance of GPU, CPU, NPU, multimedia, we are bringing world's lot of first instances. Like we have been working on ray trace technology. We have been working on the newest of the NP technologies and all, which you are going to be learning more this afternoon. And it's just not about having these technologies in place. Our aim is always to enrich and enhance everyone's life with these technologies, so as things are becoming easier for you in life. On that note, I would like to play one small video, which I'm sure you guys can relate to.
Every city holds its stories, every morning its promise. For Ankit, merit was that story. Every street, every smile, every corner that felt like home. But one notification can change everything. A dream that brought joy and pride, yet carried the weight of leaving it all behind. The silence of a new room felt heavier, yet one photo can carry the warmth of a whole home. Slowly, the empty corners began to breathe. Curtains, little things, and calls back home stitched the unfamiliar into something like belonging. Every change brings its own challenges and new beginnings, and sometimes it brings the chance to change more than just our own lives. Some bonds travel through screens, some begin with a smile across the table. Every change brings its own challenges and new beginnings. Because when technology reaches every corner, change is not just possible, it's inevitable. Through every chapter, from family calls to new friendships, from dreams of tomorrow to equality for all, MediaTek is there, empowering life, enriching every moment.
Thank you, and I'm sure the way MediaTek is transforming lives. I'm sure we all would have related in some way or other, moving from a city to another, and that's how technology is actually playing a vital role today. Well, without a further ado, the reason, special reason that we are here for today, it's going to be around MediaTek Dimensity 9500, our flagship chipset. Before we get into it, I would like to call on stage Anku and Raghavan also for a quick photo op for media friends here. And then I would request Raghavan, our director, sales head, to take over Dimensity 95 and presentation. So can we have the chips, please? And smile. The chipset. Thank you, really appreciate that. Anku, you want to welcome media friends?
So I think that was a very good introduction by Anush, as always, and welcome everyone here, the media friends, the industry partners. I think we are having a great event today, and I want to talk about the Dimensity 1900. But I think I like to reiterate that India is such an important market for us, given the young population, the demographics, and the premiumization of products. So that's the reason we can see so much traction here. And this video actually highlighted the kind of breadth we have in terms of our portfolio. So I think with that, I'd like to welcome Raghavan. Please can start talking about the 1900.
Thank you.
Hi. Hi, good afternoon. It's an honor and pleasure to have
I think you can take a 6G mic here.
Thanks, Anuj and Anku. It's an honor and pleasure to have our OEM partners, media friends, and the analysts. Being a MediaTek employee, I can tell you this is the most exciting phase of MediaTek journey, right? So you have seen Anuj presenting the success of Dimensity 8400 and 9200. With this background, we have the Dimensity 9500 launched globally, and today is the India launch, right? So it's in smartphone market, the market share for MediaTek, I'm pretty sure all of you know, right? Last 5 years, both globally and India, MediaTek is leading the smartphone SoC market share. This is not a coincidence, or it's not by any fluke or chance. This is the amount of investment we are doing into the smartphone SoC design and the features what customer really wants. So with this background, So with this background, let me tell you what's so special about Dimensity 9500. Most of you know Dimensity 9400, right? So in 9500, we have changed the CPU, we have changed the CPU, we have changed the GPU, NPU, and the multimedia processor, the ISPs, right? So what's so different about the CPU? In Dimensity 9500, we have all the 8 big cores, right? 1 plus 3 plus 4, all the 4 ultra cores and the 4 big cores. Here we give you the 64-bit PC level performance on our CPUs. Again, this is in, So again, you can see the PC level computing, 64-bit CPU level performance on the smartphone. Again, thanks to ARM folks, the C1 cores, right, the C1 Ultra cores will help us to reduce the power consumption and give you the superior AI performance. So that's the best thing about the CPUs of the Dimensity 9400. Now we have 8 cores, 8 big cores, right? So what do we do? So these 8 big cores have their independent cache memory. So why it's so important to have independent cache memory? Reason is each core is going to work independently based on the workload. So you have 1 plus 3 plus 4. We don't power on all the 8 cores simultaneously. So based on your workload, we decide which core needs to be powered, and that's why we have the independent cache memory. So what does it do? It's a 100% increase of L1 cache over 9400, then 33% L3 cache improvement on 9400. So what does it do? It gives a superior user experience, and there is no lag and delay when you're running multiple applications which are memory intensive and CPU intensive. So that's the, again, industry first and ultra fast cache memories. As per the customer needs, Dimensity 9400 had 2-lane UFS. Now since we are doing 8 cores, we have the 4-lane UFS here. So what does 4-lane UFS do? 100% improvement on the read-write speed, right? So you had 2, now 4 lanes. Then similarly, when you're running the large learning models or the AI applications, large model learning, you have 40% improvement because of the read-write speed because of the UFS 4.1 on the Dimensity 9500. So again, because of the, so this is again industry first. Thanks to ARM, they provide the SME where we have the scalable matrix extensions and the vector extensions, which is running on the CPU, which helps us to do the object identification and inference based on the AI applications. So that's the, again, PC level ARM v9.3 architecture implementation on the Dimensity 9400. The Geekbench scores, you can clearly see 9500 is the best now. So we are comparing with 9400 and an A brand series in the market already available. So we have 16% increase in the Geekbench score on 9500. Because of the, thanks to all big cores, all 8 cores, that's the improvement on the Geekbench performance. So now, with so much of computing power, 8 cores, right? All 8 big cores, 64-bit architecture, PC level computing performance. So is there any compromise on the power consumption? No. So you look at the power consumption scenarios compared to 9400. Example, you're running a mobile gaming or voice calls, there's a straightforward 30% power consumption reduction compared to 9400. Not going through all of them, but summary is we have superior power or super computing at a super cool Dimensity 9500. So that's the enhancements what we have brought to the CPU cores itself in terms of the architecture of 9500.